Welcome to the Junk Connoisseurs. You're here with Alan, Jordan, and Alex once again. Trying to think. I didn't come up with any pre-show banter. I don't know if anybody else has any topics.
God damn it, Alex.
Like that. It's not my show, man. I mean...
Whose show is it then?
Well, you chose the topic tonight.
Okay.
God damn it, Jordan.
Well, fine. Perhaps
That's what I meant. It's not my topic.
Yes, I'm the arbiter of this episode, but you are the grand master of the show.
Can I be the ledger man?
Sure.
Can I trade lumber for agriculture credits?
Sergeant at Arms, I thought was what we were going with. Or
Jag.
Jester. Well, I did go to the Boberly Cruise Night again, and that was fun. Small town in mid-Missouri had a cruise night that I went to, and it's fun because that's what's going on in this town.
Oh.
Alan went one time before with me, and like people in lawn chairs come from town and sit downtown and watch people cruise around. Other people come cruise around, and that's all they do is just make loops around downtown, which is fun. But there was everything from golf carts to not monster trucks, big
Mall crawlers.
big mall crawlers, side-by-sides, Jeeps with gigantic skeletons, kind of getting into the Halloween theme.
'Tis the season.
Couple on the quintessential 1990s scooter that was dusty and worn out looking, but it had underglow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and a flagpole, and I think they might have had some music going. It was hard to hear over some of the other music and exhaust, but yeah, it was fun. Everybody was there having a good time.
What flag were they flying from their 90s
Just
scooter?
Stars and Stripes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
You can tell a lot about the flag about a person by the flag they choose to fly from their scooter.
Well, it takes one initial step to be that kind of person to fly any flag from a scooter.
Right.
And you're immediately on the outskirts of
Right.
Personality types.
You've immediately cast your lot. You have drawn your lines, and everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of scooters, Jordan, you've got Trail 90 now, and
Yeah.
not the same kind of scooter. But
I mean, it's basically a scooter.
it's a scooter.
You ever take that thing off any sweet jumps?
Not yet, but give me a month. Yeah, I did some work on it last couple of days, and
Flagpole?
things not yet. I need to make it street legal before I start the modifications.
Potato.
Shockingly, things work better when they are timed correctly. Who knew?
How do you do the timing on a CT90? CT, is that what it is?
Yes. So the C90 is the one that has the fairing on the front, is not the off-road, and then the T is for trail.
Got it.
Yeah. It's
For tough.
yeah, those thinkers over there at Honda in the 50s or whenever they were dreaming up this particular line of scooter type item. Yeah, so you take the cam cover, so the end of the camshaft, which controls the rectifier, I think.
Hey, hang on. This is a 4-stroke?
It's 4-stroke.
Okay. I just expected
overhead
it was
cam.
2.
No, it's 4-stroke. It smokes a tad, so, but you use that, and when the points... the point system is on the end of the camshaft. This is the first type of this tiny motorcycle that I've ever torn into. And then machined into the end of the crankshaft are letters and lines. And it says, this is top dead center, and this is where it's supposed to fire. So you just put a light, like I used a brain's failing me.
Timing light?
No, the thing where you go...
Flashlight?
Hey, look,
Test light?
the voltage goes here, and it's making 12 volts.
Multimeter.
Multimeter?
Thank you. Good grief. Brain failure. Yes, I broke my multimeter in the process. So that was fun too.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're supposed to use it as a light. But,
I couldn't find anything else.
oh my god!
I'm just really
plus
surprised
it's-
he couldn't refrain from correcting your pronunciation of multimeter, like called it multimeter or something.
I believe it's multimeter.
Multimeter, yeah.
Yeah.
Like an altimeter.
Yeah. Well, how else would you pronounce it? Brought to you by multimeters. Sometimes you need a light to time your scooter.
Well, no, I was
Not a
just using it to test ohms resistance. So no resistance, closed or open, whatever. Infinite resistance. That's what it is. Anyway, so I timed it with that. Runs way better. Anyway,
Awesome.
now it starts with 1 kick instead of like 100.
And he showed me before we started the podcast. He's using the term "kick" generously. It was like,
You just let your foot drop and
yeah, pretty much. Boy, it
yeah.
started right.
A
up.
good one will. The good ones are like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I must have picked up some power because the top speed is now 7 miles per hour higher than it used to be.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, 35 to 42. So
That's about what they're supposed. They
Yeah.
should. Yeah. low 40s.
optimistically, they'll
Yeah.
say 50.
If
but it's
like
not.
with our younger selves on it, maybe like trying to crawl under the paint on the tank, you might be able to get 50 out of it.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely my nearly 40-year-old self who is quite fond of things like burritos and tortilla chips. Not going to hit that 50 mile per hour. Yes, it was designed when it was designed, and it was designed for people living in Japan in the 60s. So they were just generally a smaller people. People in the United States were smaller in the 60s too. They died of heart disease more, but give or take.
Which is weird because I guess we can treat it now.
And
But-
also the quantity of smoking
Yeah,
has
there was a
generally
lot
gone
more
down.
smoking.
Keeps you thin, but it really messes with the ticker.
I had something similar when I had my Daytona. I had a Dodge Daytona when I was in college, and it had a it was a turbo, an intercooled. It was supposed to be pretty fast, and I bought it, and it was not right, but it was cheap. And it turned out that the person who had done the timing belt before us, like I eventually sold it to my dad, which is what I did with cool cars that I couldn't figure out what to do with them. He's like, I'll buy it from you, and he figured out right before he sold it that the time somebody had installed the cam a tooth retarded, and because it had nothing up until about 4,000 RPM, and then it came on hard up to the red line, and then you'd shift and nothing, wee. But it was just dog slow up until you'd get it to higher RPM, and the turbo would spool. But yeah, we figured that out. Ran great after that. And so yeah, and it still started and drove acceptably. It's just had zero power. It was wild. Yeah.
I guess depending on the quantity of teeth on your timing belt, and those probably were quite long, weren't they?
Yeah.
You're gonna lose a couple of degrees.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
it'll do what you just said, It'll suck, but it'll work. Whereas if, like a timing chain on a 350, it's not very long. So if you jump a
Right.
tooth, it's gonna
And you're gonna
be
notice.
noticeable.
Yeah.
So
You'll be lucky to not have valves doing fun things.
Yeah.
I guess. yeah.
contacts, I don't know.
This talk of little Honda motorbikes reminds me of a Beach Boys song.
Fuck off.
Now,
I knew it was coming.
Are these boys of the beach? Are they closer to Jan and Dean, or are they more of the other one?
Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen.
No, he's got Jan and Dean, and then
C.W. McCall.
C.W.
Oh,
McCall.
okay, yeah.
It's
Well,
definitely
no,
Jan and Dean, but that's
Did you know Jan,
The-
Dean, and C.W. McCall are actually all the same person?
really.
Yeah. All one, 32-year-old advertising exec from Oxnard, California in the 60s. He wrote all of Jan and Dean's hits and C.W. McCall.
Oh, they were sung by different people. The
No,
writer.
he had a really good falsetto.
I don't know.
Serious.
I don't believe him.
You probably
You
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
That actually is C.W. McCall is just an advertising executive who had an alter ego.
Well-
but he was not also Jan and Dean.
I really don't know.
He was
about
part
anything.
of Mannheim Steamroller, though.
Really?
That's not
wild.
a joke. I don't know what the involvement was, but there's some tie in there.
That's crazy.
That's
yes.
so weird. But,
Well-
the music industry has so many things like that where there's this one person and they've written 800 songs, and you've got everything from like metal to country music being developed by this one writer. So
Who's from Sweden?
yeah,
Because
possibly.
almost all the like modern songwriters are apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's nothing like the automotive industry.
No,
Yeah.
nothing comes from Sweden anymore.
Or
mean,
one
it's
person doing lots
Chinese.
of different stuff, having his hand in a lot of things. The Chapmans and the
Your Chapmans,
DeLoreans
your
of the
Shelbys,
world.
your
Shelbys.
yeah.
Lutzes.
Well,
Let's
no,
high.
I don't think
Lutzapodes.
I don't think that the Beach Boys song entitled Little Honda is probably about the C90 or the CT90. It's probably about something a little bit earlier. And the reason I think that is because they describe like 3 gears that they progress
That's
through.
a
in the
C90.
song.
It's about a Super Cub.
Okay, there we
Was
go.
the,
So
Well,
that's-
mine's got 4 gears.
Right.
It
but the
might have.
C90
There
didn't.
might be 4.
I don't think, and the C50 definitely didn't. But yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
they.
There may be 4 gears in the song, but that's everybody, listeners, hosts included. Go
He's
listen
talking
to
to me.
the Beach Boys, Little Honda. That's a fun song from days gone by.
Well, perhaps when we stop recording, I'll pull that up on the YouTube.
Well, mostly you just need to make sure you have it in MP3 format on this this ride that you're going to be doing soon.
Yeah.
And
I
have it
recently got
blasting
a.
at 11.
Yes, I recently got a Bluetooth like boombox thing, battery powered. So I plan to strap that to the back.
You plan
of,
to be the asshole that drives around with music blaring on his bicycle or
I mean, I
scooter.
won't do it consistently, but it will come out strategically at some points.
I don't really think you're the asshole that would do that. I was poking fun at people who go biking on
Oh yeah, I don't get
natural
that.
areas with music blasting.
Or just through town, like why?
the ones that get me are the people who are literally just like turn their phone all the way up and are like rocking out to a single like 1/4-inch speaker in their phone, and it's like it's gonna sound better with any kind of headphones or earbuds.
Yeah, but-
and we won't have to listen to
Yeah,
it.
there's
and
that.
there's the
Well,
rub.
and how do you hear it over those Harley pipes?
There are a couple of Harleys around here who have loud pipes and like even louder stereos.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm like, how do you do that? That's impressive.
Like-
Also, turn it down, please. The bike and the stereo.
There's so much volume.
Loud pipes may save lives, but that song that loudly makes me want to murder you, and your pipes won't save you.
They'll just help me zone in on your
Right?
on your position.
Exactly where you are.
Yeah.
You can run.
A homing beacon. Well, enough of that bullshit. I think it's Jordan's turn tonight. What are we going to be talking about? I guess you can't just tell us. We have to start guessing.
Yes. I did a you guys, and I printed out my notes.
Hard copy for the win. Ooh, even got it on mic for proof.
Yeah.
We got a hard copy of the notes.
Is it just the Wikipedia page printed out?
No,
It's pretty short.
I typed it. Oh, I'm
Did you-
sorry,
did you
I don't
Control
expose
C, Control V.
once
Why-
or twice, but not most of it.
Why the change? Why? Because you need reading glasses and didn't want to pull them out in front of us? No.
For some reason, I've tried reading glasses in the past, but I don't. I think that my eyes get tired for a different reason. I don't know if that makes sense. It's probably all in my head. But no, for some reason, I just was like, I'm going to type this out and print it because that'll be fun.
Yep.
That was it.
It's like nostalgia. I get
Yeah.
to make something come out of the computer.
Oh, it didn't.
And then you got to fight with your printer for a while.
No,
Okay.
it
Okay.
just worked. I do use my printer moderately regularly.
Oh.
Not daily, but several times a month. So it's
So you've probably got a modern printer. You didn't have to peel the holes off after you're done printing it, right?
I actually, when you said that for nostalgia, I was like, oh man, if I only had a dot matrix printer and I could just rip the holes down the side on Mike, that would probably ruin this episode.
He uses the printer chiefly for analog porn purposes, just because he likes to have, he's a hipster when it comes to his erotica, and he wants to have a printed out copy he can look at as opposed to
The
just,
real
like, scroll.
trick is when my Braille printer comes in, because then I can do, picture to Braille for that real, authentic analog experience. Yeah. It's not I don't know if that's a real thing.
I really don't think it is. Translate a picture to Braille. There's only 2 bumps.
All right. It's
Wah, wah.
Oh, God.
Anywho, so Jordan, did you pick out a car?
I did.
Okay.
I picked out a vehicle.
Oh, is it a car?
Yes.
Ah.
No, it's a car. Just to get this out of the way, the Junk Connoisseurs trifecta, 0 for 3.
Chapman was not involved.
Nope.
And there was no Iron Duke.
Nope.
That's
Chrysler
the trifecta.
did not do it first.
How
So
about Alex's trifecta?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
The 3 is not, in fact, bad.
Yeah.
Is it the Lancia Thema 832?
No, because we talked about that last week, and honestly,
Would have been cool to bring up.
being that it's not in the United States, I kind of feel like that's why I didn't want to do a full episode on it. It just nobody knows it. It would just be me saying words. There's no chance of a discussion.
I mean, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's the long way round to go slow, but it's kind of a neat idea. It's like, hey, do you want a Saab 9000 with a Ferrari V8 and a nicer grill? I mean, I wouldn't turn one down.
I mean, the Saab 9000 was better looking.
Yeah.
In like a heavy 80s sort of way.
Yeah.
But I actually always thought the 9000 was cool. Not what we're talking about.
So was this an American-based automaker?
It was not.
It was not.
Not.
Okay. Would it be Japanese or European?
One of these days it's going to be like Korean or something. But no, this is Japanese.
Okay. Well, I should have said Asian but
Yes.
those are
Most of the vehicles,
Right, yeah.
until recent years.
all
Do
the
you
stuff.
own one, or are we sitting within 75 feet of a
No.
major subassembly from said vehicle?
No.
Okay. He's branching out.
What do you mean? At least half of the vehicles I've done, I have not personally experienced in any sort of way. I went back last time with the Insight, but
He's giving you a real hard time for doing the same thing over and over, but his harassment of you is staying the same.
yeah.
It still gets a rise out of him. Why would I change?
Progress, growth.
Until it either rolls off his back or he murders me, we're rolling with this.
Believe it or not, this is rolling off my back, because if it was the other, we probably wouldn't have a podcast anymore.
Yeah, it'd be a true crime podcast.
Yeah. And then there were
When
two
car
hosts.
casting goes wrong.
When Jordan murders one of the other hosts.
And then murders the other host just to cover his tracks. I mean, you don't know what you're capable of till you try.
And then I may actually just try and pull Alex in as a
Co-conspirator.
yeah, like, hey, help me hide
Accessory
this
after
corpse.
the fact.
Yeah.
So this is a Japanese, I'm going to guess it was a rear-wheel drive with a manual transmission that did not come with a V8.
That seems like a very safe guess and accurate.
Carbureted or fuel injected?
Exclusively carbureted.
Is this the Toyota 2000 GT?
No, but that is an excellent one for the future, because that is a really cool car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exclusively carbureted, rear-wheel drive, manual trans, Japanese. I mean,
Can we rule out Mazda?
Can you?
I'm asking if we can rule out Mazda.
Yes.
Okay. Because we've already done some older Mazda stuff, and I can't think of anything else that would... The old RX-7s. I can't think of anything else Mazda did, so that's where I was kind of going with that.
carbureted back then. I mean the like the Repu and the
And we can rule out Honda because they didn't have... No, can we not?
there is
In
one
the U.S. we could.
there is one possible Honda vehicle
That was carbureted?
that was carbureted
and
rear-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Honda S600?
No. It's a great guess.
So it's not a Honda.
Okay.
I don't think. I think that's it. I mean,
That's the only one I
I
can
started
think of.
saying that, and I was like, oh, wait. I remember that in the U.S., I think Honda was all front-wheel drive until the S2000, which was
Well,
not.
you had the NSX, technically
Yeah,
an Acura,
yes, and-
but
okay.
the only carbureted rear-wheel drive, I think, is the S600.
the SX
and
is just an Accord cut off and stuck behind two seats.
Wow.
Well, they weren't carbureted, so.
Come at me, listeners.
So we're probably looking at a Toyota.
Yeah, or a Datsun.
Yeah.
We did talk about the 240, but that leaves limited other options that would be of interest to gearheads. Actually,
Oh, we have talked about things that are not interesting to anyone.
is this a car is this a Datsun?
It is not.
Okay.
Or a Nissan, just to
Or
be
Nissan.
specific.
So it's got to be a Toyota or something real weird, and I can't think of real weird right now. Carbureted exclusively, rear-wheel drive.
So it wasn't an AE86 because
Nope.
those
Fuel
picked up
injected.
fuel injection.
The single cam version was carbureted, but that doesn't matter for this conversation.
Have you owned one of these?
No, I have not.
It's not a Starlet.
Have any of us owned one of these?
No. You
Is
have
it
not.
financially prohibitive for any of us to own one of these?
Uh,
Or would it just be hard to find?
We're going to go with kind of and yes.
Okay.
So, can be quite expensive, very difficult to find.
What was that little Datsun that kind of looked shaped like a Z car but tinier?
The B210 or something?
No, but there was
You already said it
another-
wasn't a Datsun.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah. Like
All
at
right.
this point, we're
Well, I saw some. No, was that? I saw something one day a neighbor had for sale that I didn't even know existed. I think it was a Datsun, but
Well, at some point, you guys are free to throw in the towel.
yeah.
now
I
I'm
don't think-
thinking
I'm not getting any
Toyota
closer.
made a tiny it was like a sports 800. Oh God, I can't think of it.
How many cylinders?
Was it sold in the United States?
It was
then?
not.
2.
2 cylinders.
Is it a Toyota Sports 800?
Nope.
I don't think that's the name of it.
I think that's very close, though.
because it was like a 2-cylinder little convertible.
Yeah, because that was a competitor to the S600 Honda.
Yeah.
But no, not what we're talking about. I don't know if that was sold in the U.S. at all, though.
Was this sold in the U.S.?
Yes. Almost 10,000 units. Depending on who you believe.
I got it.
6 to 10,000.
Was this sold by a fertilizer salesman we have previously discussed?
Many times discussed.
I got it.
I don't know if he's going to get that.
I don't think.
Was this do we have a friend of the podcast who has transformed one of these into like the best silhouette car ever built in terms of like $2,000
Yes.
budget and turned one of these into something that's oh my god.
Go
Alex-
ahead.
Subaru 360.
Okay.
Yes. So that is what we're discussing today is the late 60s, well, late 50s to early 70s Subaru 360, which is a 360cc 2-stroke 2-cylinder car.
Car.
Yeah, car is
loosely
we're
interpreted.
going to use air quotes around the word car. There was also a van and a truck, but those are also air quoted. So, Alex, you seem
No,
do you have a picture in your mind of what this looks like?
well, kind of little jelly bean shaped.
Yep. Its nickname in Japan was the Ladybug.
Ladybug.
And it's, yes, a very small, one of the very first K-Class vehicles. I think, obviously there were competitors, and I don't know specifically, but it was like one of the first super successful post-war Japanese people movers.
Okay.
And we'll get to how they got to the United States in a minute, but they came here and were deemed not really appropriate for the United States.
I think our favorite car magazine called them not acceptable, didn't they?
Well, it's Consumer Reports, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, our
Those
favorite
guys really
car
know how to
magazine
party.
is Consumer Reports.
I
well,
mean, no.
considering we've talked about everything else they've deemed not acceptable and been like, it's acceptable.
I guess it is favorite for generating discussion topics
Yeah.
and content for us.
No, Consumer Reports did a review of this car where they crashed it against a Cadillac in the late 60s.
And it performed like a ladybug?
Yeah. Yeah.
You go squish now.
Everything I saw was anecdotal, of course, because I don't know if that article even exists on the internet, particularly in a fashion where I could find it. But these weighed around 1,000 pounds.
Wow.
And yes, they crash tested it at 30 miles an hour against the Cadillac, and I don't think there was any Subaru left. It was a power plant and some rims.
Yeah.
And, that was it. So, did not help sales. I know that's surprising. So, yes, we are talking about the Subaru 360, which was the first car that Subaru ever made. They were making scooters before this.
And they said, what if we tape two of these together and
Yeah,
then
kinda.
stretch a tarp over the resulting creation and maybe use aircraft dope on it and see if we can get it to form some sort of body.
So, it's actually better constructed than that.
Really? No, you don't say. It's not two scooters connected
This
by a tarp.
has Malcolm Bricklin attached to it. He brought us the Yugo. We gotta keep
Yeah,
those
I know.
expectations.
The Yugo was a big upgrade, though. Everybody was like, Malcolm, are you going to get an actual car now? Or-
Yeah, I suppose. But
I mean, post-war Japan, very different from, 1970s America, though. So
yes, for sure. So no, it was a 4-seat vehicle, had a 360cc engine. Mentioned that already. It was a derivative of their scooter engine from the Rabbit, which was a single cc, 135 cc's or so, I think. Yeah, 135 cc's. Looked an awful lot like a Vespa.
shocker.
Yeah. So Bricklin was importing Rabbits into Canada with a business partner. Then Subaru's like, hey, we're done making those. So he and his business partner flew to Japan in 66, 67. And we're trying to convince Subaru to continue making the Rabbit so they can continue to resell it. And when they saw the 360, they decided to strike a deal with Subaru to be the North American Subaru of America distributor, licensed and everything,
Excellent.
and import these 360s into the United States. Anybody want to take a guess at how much money he paid to purchase the rights to sell Subaru in the entire North American
Did he
continent?
actually pay them money?
He paid them money.
Oh, did he? I wouldn't guess very much,
I'm gonna
knowing
guess
what I know about him.
$1,000.
Okay, it's more than that. It was $75,000.
Still, that's
Which-
impressive.
In today's money is, I have this somewhere, 700,000. So about 10 times increase in inflation. But to purchase, admittedly, at that point it was a smallish manufacturer from their automotive arm. I'm assuming Fuji Heavy Industries was doing all sorts of other stuff. But to buy the rights to sell to North America in the late 60s for $700,000 today dollars is just kind of blew my mind a bit, because that seems awful cheap.
Yeah.
So, so when they started importing the 360, it was 68. It only sold for the U.S. It sold in the U.S. for 3 model years. They'd started making it in 58 in Japan. So it was not a new design.
Mm-hmm.
And think about the other things that were coming out of Japan by 1968. You had the first Corolla, I think, was being manufactured. Mazda had, I think, RX-2. Maybe that was a couple years later. Japan was producing real cars.
Mm-hmm.
And Malcolm Bricklin shows up with this thing that is at most a glorified golf cart.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really well-constructed golf cart. I'll get to that. Alan's making faces.
Yeah.
But it's tiny, it's made of tissue paper, and it makes somewhere between 16 and 35 horsepower, depending on who you talk to.
That's a big spread.
I know,
quite a
I
bit.
know. I think it was 16 horsepower in 1958. And the American model was 25 horsepower but they made the young SS model, which was 30 or 36 horsepower.
Ooh, hot hatch.
Yeah. Which is a huge increase when you're going from 25.
Well, yeah.
But
What does one of these weigh? Like
1,000 pounds.
that light?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The van that listener Dan, who has the race car, has a van. It's a 4-seater van. It looks like a microbus, but
Microbus.
microbus. Yeah, it's probably 3/4 the size of a microbus or less. It's 1,100 pounds.
Wow.
Like a van, full windows. Yeah,
Can you see the body like ripple in a strong wind? Because I mean,
maybe, I don't know.
so light.
It's very
My
light.
Gosh.
Terrible for content, but I just have to
Yes.
Google a picture of
No, a
360
360
against
is
a modern minivan or
it is
CUV and
118 inches long. The whole car.
where could you find 4 people that could fit in this outside of a big top tent?
1958 Japan, I
Yeah,
guess. I don't know.
So it's
2 adults and
it's-
2 children, I'm assuming, is what their target was.
Okay.
It's marginally bigger than an original Mini, but only marginally.
But I bet
Okay.
the
that
original Mini it's 118 inches.
Yeah.
So that's almost
That's-
it
that's
is
10
shorter.
feet, yeah.
That is 9
By-
feet and change. It is.
yeah.
Because the original
Mini
Mini
was
by the time it
10.4?
hit production was 10 feet 4 inches.
yeah, so this is smaller than an original Mini.
and 150 pounds lighter or more. Yeah. Wow.
But a Mini is a real car.
yeah.
By comparison.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the thing. This is.
So the 360 compared to something like a Volkswagen Beetle, which, everybody has seen, we know what that's like. This is literally 2/3 that size.
Okay.
It's so small. And not just in length, but like width and height and all of that stuff. Like it probably might be the same height. I don't know. It's a very dorky looking little vehicle. So yeah, my favorite part about that horsepower rating though is I found several Hemmings articles. Some of them were related to specific 360s that they were selling, but they also had some history articles. And Hemmings quoted 25 and 30 and 36 horsepower like willy-nilly. Subaru of America did a history video on the 360. They quoted 16 horsepower. Like, I don't know who to
This
believe.
is a 360 cubic centimeter twin,
Yes.
right? That blows my mind because I remember in college.
It's 2-stroke.
Well, still.
Yeah.
I had a 4-stroke 360 cubic centimeter motorcycle, and that wouldn't really push the motorcycle around with a ton of authority. It would, I mean, I don't know, it would do 80, but it's mind-boggling to me that it's like, all right, let's make this move a car, and
Yeah.
I'm using air quotes, but still.
What do you think VMAX is on this particular vehicle?
I would guess 60 tops.
52.
Yeah,
Yeah, would not even reach 60, and apparently 52 in this is
terrifying.
terrifying. That was a large portion of why Consumer Reports was like, this car is not acceptable as a car, because any sudden movement while driving at highway speed, air quotes again, gives the impression that it will flip over.
Like
Changing lanes
Okay, change-
because somebody has decelerated somewhat quickly in front of you implies you are going to just roll off the road.
It's probably the safest thing for you, though, so you're at least not driving around other vehicles anymore.
I suppose that is fair.
marsupial defense, the runaway
just
roll into
flip-
the ball.
Just turn into a possum.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when you said any movement at highway speeds? I was thinking from the occupants, like,
Like,
don't wave at the neighbor.
I mean, yeah,
I
probably.
sneezed and we
Kids.
rolled.
The seat belts were to keep the kids from jumping around and tipping the car over.
Yeah. You reach over to grab your coffee from the non-existent cup holder and the car just tips over onto its door.
Dude, you can't move the center of mass that far.
No, you can't.
The performance numbers make me think that if there was ever a drag strip time slip of this, the numbers would have ended at the 60-foot time. And so that you just have a reaction time and a 60-foot time, and that's it.
I mean,
It just times out. Yeah, it's like
404 error.
Yeah,
99 seconds.
nobody quoted like performance numbers
No,
because a quarter mile in this car would have taken
excruciating.
100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even look it up because it
So-
just never crossed my mind.
What you're saying is somewhere there is a drag strip that still has a Subaru 360 buzzing down it now.
Maybe.
It's like Schrodinger's cat. It's Famoso's Subaru 360. If you're quiet, you can still hear it going ring, maxed out and forth.
Yeah.
Crawling down, not even the back stretch, like I don't know, like the
Okay.
the last third of the quarter mile.
So you bring up fourth gear. Originally, they had a 3-speed, very common in the 50s. At some point, mid-60s, before it came to the United States, it got a fourth gear, which was overdrive. So trying to overdrive, and admittedly,
Underpowered engine.
that it had 10-inch rims and tiny tires, like something that you would see on a furniture mover. So maybe the overdrive was necessary, but I just found it extremely comical that this tiny 2-cylinder engine came with an overdrive when we know other vehicles that have much more powerful engines that overdrive is useless.
Yeah.
Like the Samurai is a great example. Like overdrive is just not, it doesn't work.
Right.
It exists, but you're
Right.
never going to have an opportunity to use it.
Yeah.
So it did come with an optional 3-speed auto clutch setup, similar to Volkswagen's Auto Stick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't. It used some sort of magnetic clutch thing. Like I assume it was a pre-selector thing, but it was referred to as being similar to the Volkswagen version. Let's see what other fun stuff's in here. Okay, so we talked about manufacturing a little bit. It was unibody construction, which for 1958 was pretty forward thinking. It had torsion beam front suspension. It had. So I think it had forward trailing arms, though.
Wouldn't those be leading arms?
Leading arms, sure. Yeah,
So
it's
they had
like
A trailing arm, but it pivoted at the back.
it pivots at the back,
Okay.
and part of the pivot mechanism is the torsion rod. I would have to like crawl around one to really get that. Rear was a swing axle. The engine was a power plant unit, like a motorcycle. So the transmission and the crankcase were all cast together.
Okay.
And then it had a primary reduction off of the crankshaft before it goes into the transmission, just like a motorcycle. Fully air cooled. I don't believe it had any oil cooling.
I found a road and track road test from the mid '60s of the Subaru 360, and they have this neat line drawing overlaying a Cadillac Eldorado on the 360.
See, that's the Cadillac Eldorado that obliterated the 360.
Yeah.
It ate it.
I'm pretty
Been
sure
possessed by a
it
Subaru 360.
fits not just in the wheelbase, but like between the wheels.
Yeah.
It is,
It might even fit inside like the firewalls, front and rear.
and their overall verdict was great fun, but only for very brief spans of time and distances.
Fair.
I'm still looking for acceleration numbers.
It's like a dinghy. It's the car you put in the trunk of your Cadillac, so
Right.
that when you get to town,
you don't need a spare tire. This is let you go
Oh,
get a tire.
this is like the
It's a tender-
Honda Motoped or whatever. that-
last mile problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to go back to Bricklin for a minute because we always got to go back to Bricklin.
course.
So he struck this deal with Subaru to be the face of Subaru America. Started making, started on the East Coast, based in Pennsylvania. I think they moved the headquarters soon after that, but started in Pennsylvania, put in dealership networks on the coast, East and West Coast. Part of setting up the dealership network is the execs of the company that were going to these dealers to try and get them to buy into Subaru
Right.
drove the 360 all over the place. So they're driving.
You would have to.
I get it, but I'm just picturing some guy who joined on to Bricklin's company and like, yeah, we're going to set this up. Okay, you need to get in this car and you're standing in LA and you got to drive to Reno.
Portland. Yeah.
Or Portland, yeah. Like, see you in 2 weeks.
Can I put it in the trunk of my Cadillac and
Yeah.
take it out when I get there?
Yeah, can I put this on the back of some guy's flatbed pickup truck and just...
Junk Connoisseurs is brought to you by Sock Drawer Financial. Sock Drawer Financial is a service that helps hide money from your significant other to spend on hobbies, vices, or anything really that's not considered wise or responsible. You've tried the giant jar or jug full of nickels and pennies, and you've tried simply hiding it under the mattress or inside the toilet tank. But these antiquated methods are boring and risky. Besides, who has pocket change anymore? With Sock Drawer Financial, you choose the amount you'd like to embezzle from yourself, and our algorithms, created by a recently paroled forensic accountant / state's witness, extract a small amount of money from your account. They do this in multiple transactions every month, disguised as everyday, innocuous purchases like subscriptions, charitable contributions, or groceries. This money is then safely stored for you in your choice of financial instruments. Treasury bonds, Chipotle gift cards, burlap bags full of nickels. We really have a lot of options. We even offer a backup plan for if your loved ones find out. You have the option to create a secondary account that can be labeled Secret Gift for My Darling Spouse, or Surprise Vacation Fund, or Spa Treatment. As an extra contingency plan, these funds are also fully transferable to your divorce lawyer of choice. And we know what you're thinking, but it's not illegal. You're simply skimming your own money and hiding it so you can use it selfishly. When you think about it, it's barely even immoral. A fib at worst. So what are you waiting for? Come join us at Sock Drawer Financial and get started today. Sock Drawer Financial, we didn't say it was a good idea.
The sticker price for this car was $1,297 in 1968.
Times 10, roughly 13K.
Yeah, 12 was what somebody else posted. So yeah, $12,000 for a brand new car, which I guess the Versa is somewhere in the
They're like 18.
Oh
now.
wow,
Yeah, no, things have gone up a lot in the last year or two.
Yeah, I remember when those first came out, and they were the last car under $10,000.
It's been a little while, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were worth every penny.
Compared to this, absolutely.
I mean, honestly, like this more than anything else we've talked about so far, I think personifies or karmatifies. I don't know. Like, can I walk? Do I have a bicycle? Is there a bus going that way?
So Bricklin was later quoted as to buying these ready to get on a ship from Subaru in Japan for $640.
Of course he was.
So that's like $5,500–6,000 today. So he was purchasing these things for half of what he was selling them for, which I understand. He's got to put them on a ship. He's got to deal with dealer networks.
Yeah.
But he's also Bricklin. So
everything he says is automatically suspect. I would believe that, but I could also see that not being true.
right.
I mean,
Yes, that was BS, and he was either paying a lot more or a lot less, or possibly both, depending on how he was cooking the books.
Right.
Who was asking the question?
Right.
Yeah.
Claimed mile per gallon.
I bet they claimed 40. I don't know if they got
I
it.
would have come in at 40 or 50.
66.
Really?
Yeah. By the time they got to the U.S., they had oil injection, though. So I assume that is not included in the calculation because, you know, you gotta...
Road and Track says they got 28.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a lot more believable because
More
you're at
Bricklinizing.
red line everywhere.
Yeah.
I've got numbers. Who wants to guess on the quarter mile?
Okay, so I'm going to guess 0 to max speed is more than a quarter mile.
Accurate.
So quarter mile is probably 25 seconds at 40 something. And max speed is 52 at 33 seconds.
Alex, care to guess?
I was going to guess a quarter mile of, I don't know, in the 30-second range.
We'll split the difference. Quarter mile, 27.4 seconds. Terminal velocity of 46 miles per hour.
They couldn't even get it to 52.
No, well, they got a top speed out of it of 56.
Oh, okay.
And it was in overdrive, but 0 to 50 took 37 seconds.
Yeah.
They didn't. I mean, there's no 0 to 60 time, so it wouldn't do 60. So
Wait,
So-
go back. You said terminal velocity of 1, and then you said a higher number.
terminal velocity in the quarter,
Oh,
trap
no,
speed,
okay, so
46
yeah,
miles an
trap
hour.
speed, not
top
terminal
speed,
velocity.
56 miles an hour.
Okay.
Woof.
Terminal velocity
Yeah.
56 miles an hour. Falling out of a C-130.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd pay to see that.
I bet they've done it before. Like, if you're going to throw a car out of a C-130, this is a pretty good
Might as
one.
well.
Yeah. It's cute. Everybody hates it. And, like, it doesn't weigh anything.
Get out of my airplane!
I know we're going to get at least one email from someone who doesn't hate it.
Oh, people like it now because it's weird. Like, Subaru weirdos.
I like it more than the Citation.
I do too. I'm
I mean,
way more likely to own
yeah.
one of these than a Citation. Because honestly, at this point, you know this is only going to get more valuable. Nobody is ever going to want to spend more money on a Citation. So, back a little bit. These were initially only available in white with red interior. No options. Heat came off of the exhaust manifold. It was just some ducting with a little fan attached to it, and you could.
I mean, it was an air-cooled car, so
Yeah.
yeah, there's no
Was the
heater core.
style at the time.
Yep. So Bricklin, back to what Alan was saying a minute ago about not believing anything this man says. He says he loved these cars because they were so well built that the warranties only cost him $150 a car. I'm gonna guess these warranties for like 30 minutes or 30 feet.
Taillight guarantee.
Yeah.
I can't see him. You're out of warranty.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, he only paid a maximum of $1.50 on a warranty claim.
Well, the biggest problem is that with the ones that made it here was dealerships never stocked parts. So when they did break, because all cars break, nobody could fix them.
Right.
You know, there's 18 parts, but when 16 of them are only available in Japan and the other 2 are not, like, whatever. Anyway, yeah. That killed most of them, I think, is they got stuck in a barn or whatever because the brakes failed and nobody had parts for that. I know Dan on his van, 360 van, the brakes on the van, I guess, are different than the ones on the car, and he told me that those parts don't exist. The ones for the cars exist. And, you know, you can order them from Japan, where they made 400,000 of these. So they made a lot of them. But
Was this the first of the K cars in Japan?
it was definitely the first one Subaru did. I know that there were, I don't know if, like, Suzuki and Toyota and Honda, all 3 had K cars. I just don't know the order of release.
I mean, it strikes me as kind of the same thing. We talked about the Mini in Britain, how, like, cycle cars were the big thing in the late 50s when oil was hard to get because of the Suez Crisis.
Yep.
And, you know, in Japan's always had very, you know, the cities in Japan are very dense and there's not a ton of space. So the smaller your vehicle, the more likely you are to be able to park it and, you know, all sorts of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It very much more suited to Japanese urban lifestyle as
So-
opposed to here.
I read that Subaru made a typical sedan before this, but it was very small production run, and it was 1.5 liters. And then Japanese government came out with K-class vehicles, which at this point was under 360 cc's, and I think it may have been 10 feet for the max length, because those classifications have changed a bit over the years. Now it's 660 cc's, and it's like, I don't know, whatever the metric version of not quite 11 feet is, I think.
Probably be some variation of meters.
Yes, I know. I don't know the conversion off the top of my head.
It'd be right at 3 meters.
Yeah. Okay, so
3.3.
part of the advertisement for this car, once again, Bricklin, was cheap and ugly does it.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
I mean, wow.
Do you want
Like,
a car? Yep. Cheap and ugly does it.
Well, I mean, he is the one who brought us the Yugo, so and they did have some pretty fantastic ad campaigns, but I don't know. Like, just who does that? It's not necessarily it's ugly. You got to lean into the cute factor, man. Like, good grief. The primary versions sold were a sedan, a van, a convertible, which I think was just the sedan with a rag top, and a couple of trucks that are very similar to the cab over trucks like the Ford Econo line as far as styling. Of course, they're like half that size. But there were some other specialty models. I don't necessarily know if they came to the United States. I suspect they didn't. One was a 360 yacht, I believe was the name, and it had no roof. It didn't have doors. It had cutouts, and it was very similar to the
Fiat Jolly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicker seats.
They were like very cushy.
Yeah.
Looking
lawn chairs, more or less.
I think they were similar seats, but it was the one I saw was yellow and it still had red interior, but it looked like it was meant to be used as like a, hey, we're gonna go to the beach kind of thing. Hence name yacht. Another one was they had the sedan, and they wanted to make a delivery vehicle. I don't know if the van hadn't come out yet or exactly what it was, but they put in...
What to call it?
They called it a delivery, I think.
Well,
but picture the normal 360 sedan. And over the back seat, they put in a split top. So there was a seam that ran right down the middle window and then clamshelled out over both rear fenders.
Okay.
So then you could load packages and stuff in directly into the back. I don't... Like, it just is so bizarre.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very neat, but it looks like some alternate universe take on making a convertible or a cabriolet or something.
And it was made in Japan, you say?
Yeah, by Subaru. the most straight-laced automotive manufacturer of all time. Let's see, what else we got
The
here?
ones that later brought us the Subaru Brat.
And the XT.
Yes.
So, Bricklin, when the 360 wasn't doing great, he decided to exit the company. He sold his shares. Subaru decided that they wanted to come in and start selling other vehicles that they made. They switched to, I think it was maybe front wheel. Yeah, the next vehicle was a front wheel drive, still kind of K-sized vehicle. It was a small economy car, FC1 or something along that lines. I don't know if it did better, but it opened the door for them to do what Subaru ended up doing, being four-wheel drive, so on and so forth. There were still 360s available. So he, as part of his exit deal, he took some of those with him. And he created a driving trial on a private track where you could come and pay $1 and drive a 360 to like try and get best time. That was the only reference I found.
Awesome.
I didn't dig too deep into that. There might be some more information, but I just found that like bizarre.
That's cool.
Bricklin. Some other weird stuff. It had wide 4 rims, so sort of like an old Ford or VW, where the brake drum was the actual hub and the wheel was a very small amount of metal that mounted to the exterior. So it has like a 4 by 250 millimeter or so bolt pattern. So the center section of the wheel is literally the aluminum brake drum.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've basically covered everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. It's a very bizarre little car.
Yeah.
Do they make a Hot Wheels?
I didn't look.
Anybody race these?
One person. Malcolm Bricklin. So 2 people.
Well, yeah.
Hi, Dan.
Great company, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. You and Malcolm Bricklin. That's... Wow.
Yours is faster.
By a lot.
I don't think Malcolm blew up as many motors, though. I'm gonna guess.
Ouch.
He's on like the 4th or 5th one, isn't he? I mean, he just keeps lunching them.
Well, yeah. I mean, 3rd. Because one of them he swapped because he overheated the previous one. It still worked. He just didn't want to trust a 220,000 mile.
Makes sense.
And that one's still alive. But then he decided to do a turbo conversion And I'm probably going to get part of this wrong, and Dan's going to yell at me.
As long as he yells at you.
Yeah. Well, he has my cell phone number, so he can do that. Yeah, one of those was very... it should have been good, but apparently it was assembled by monkeys. So, like, failed for some internal poor construction reason.
They should have been working on the works of Shakespeare.
Yeah, it would have been less damaging.
This was back up a little bit here.
The blurst engine they could build.
Back up a little bit here. You're going to have to describe Dan's car because you're talking about details and nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
So,
what's wild is that most of our listeners probably do know this car as of right now.
Yeah. So it is No Cones Garage LMP 360. So basically, he took a Subaru 360 and the cab stayed where it was. The rear hatch got... Nah, it's not a hatch, but the rear engine cover got shifted up 30 degrees. Now there's a modern Subaru four-cylinder engine back there. All four fenders got rotated 90 degrees, and now it looks like a stubbier version of an LMP race car. And he won the $2,000 Grassroots Motorsports Challenge in 22-ish? Yeah.
21 or 22.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It only has 2 seats now, though. It's so much less useful. There's no back seat.
Right, yes. It appears that his was the convertible originally, though. So, or maybe not. No, I take that back. He just made the top removable, so,
So we could get in and out.
Yeah. So you can flip the hatch.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was a convertible. He'll tell me. It's a work in progress. So
It's badass.
hopefully this next engine platform will be the last engine platform in a good way.
Is he still sticking Subaru? I knew he had been kicking other things around, but
No, he has purchased a retired Legacy that has a very nice drivetrain in it. It's a tad rusty, so he's going to pull it apart for the engine platform. Known runner, 400 wheel horsepower.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's on the tune that's in it now, and he's going to switch ECUs, but yeah.
400 horsepower in something that was originally...
I mean, this thing has
Subaru
gained
360.
serious weight. This thing is probably all of like 1,400 pounds now. I mean, it is.
I think it's 1440.
porky.
Yeah,
Compared to an original Subaru 360.
Yeah.
I mean, it also has structure now because it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
got
like
a tube frame.
4 feet wider,
Yeah.
4 feet longer, 18 inches lower to the ground. Yeah.
Well, what do we think? Would we own one? Would we buy one?
I would love to drive a stock one. I have no interest in owning one. If I were somebody who went and played golf, a modified one would be fun. If it had the clamshell opening rear hood area, or roof area where you could open it up and just shove your golf bag down in there.
It's part of the reason I wanted a Cushman Truckster when I was playing golf, is so I could just be like, I don't have to rent a cart now. I'll just like drive to the course, drive on the course, take one friend with me and our clubs, and that's a good idea.
Yeah, because you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You just get to the golf course and you take off the license plate.
I have to take the license plate off.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess you're probably playing on a public course, so they don't care.
I think as a non-golfer who owns a golf cart, I have a feeling the appeal of a golf cart is the ease of getting in and out, transitioning from in to out when there's not much difference between in and out.
Because you get in and out a lot.
I get that.
I think a
Especially the way I
Subaru
golf.
would not be a very good one to get in and out of a lot. I'm
You just
guessing.
take the doors off.
Well, I mean, it already
It's
has
not like there any protection anyway.
Yeah. It has suicide doors. I don't think I mentioned that.
Interesting.
I mean, they're all suicide doors in that vehicle that small.
It also had suicide fenders,
Yeah, suicide fenders,
roof,
yeah.
suicide
frame.
engine, suicide tires,
Yeah.
suicide shocks. It was built before catalytic converters, so it runs good on regular gas.
It's got a cop motor. 440 cubic
Whoa!
centimeter
All
plant.
of a sudden, we're in the Blues Brothers. How did
Yeah.
that happen?
Fix the lighter.
I think they did eventually make a version that had a 421 cc engine. So
Big block.
yeah,
SS.
Rare though.
I'm sure it was a screamer.
It's underrated for insurance purposes. They said it was still 25 horsepower, but it was packing an honest 28.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What would they call that in
that's-
modern Subaru technology? Sorry, what would they call that in modern Subaru
STI.
terminology? The STI.
Yeah,
The 360 STI.
Oh, wow.
By
the way,
STI.
I do know that you can play this in the Forza Turismos. And I think you can on Gran Turismo 6 or whatever. All of them you can modify your cars. So you can put in bigger engines and turbos and all sorts of stuff. And these are an absolute nightmare to drive because they do their best to simulate what it does. And one of these with 150 horsepower in stock, like suspension geometry and whatnot, is real bad.
snap oversteer.
Yeah. It's just
Exit
donuts
exit
for
the
days.
track backwards at 37 miles an hour and punch a very small hole in the hedge or the Armco.
Yep.
More likely just hit the Armco and suddenly it's 2 feet shorter than it was, and so are you.
Hopefully there wasn't a Cadillac behind it.
Right?
Yeah.
That would be the best spec class race ever. Nothing but stock Subaru 360s and stock 60s Eldorados, and you've only got like condemned criminals driving the Subarus. It's like, this man was allowed to choose his method of execution. And I reconsider, just electrocute me.
Do you think the Uniroyal Tiger Paw or whatever is the spec tire for that?
10-inch wheel.
Yeah.
I'd even say if we were going to do this, let's make it sporting. You can have our comps on the Subarus.
You're never going to get enough heat in them to do anything.
Fine, you can have max performance summer tires on the Subarus, and all the Eldorados have to run Tiger Paws. So let's make this sporting.
Jordan would like to drive one, but has no desire to own one.
I'd
I
like
would
to drive
like-
the Cadillac on the same track.
No,
Jordan.
that's what I was just going to say. I would like to drive it in an empty parking lot
Not among Cadillacs or SUVs
or on
anything
public
else.
streets or one of these around a go-kart track would probably be great fun.
That would be fun. A spec class, ice racing spec class like
Yeah.
the Chevettes or
Yeah.
the Pontiac.
Well, there's probably a pile of these sitting at wherever Bricklin did his $1 race it around the track situation.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Well, there's a pile of them conveniently located next to one Cadillac that happened to be on site. Stunk, stunk, stunk.
Cadillac's actually parked on top of Mount 360.
The Cadillac is just like slowly consuming all of them. Yeah, so Bricklin left. He went to go start Bricklin, the company. That fell apart. And then he went and imported Yugos.
Now, between those, he was importing the X19 and the Fiat Spider,
Oh, right.
which may have been the only thing he actually successfully made money at for a little while.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
And
believe
then he decided, it was like, you know what's better than Italian cars? Serbian cars.
that. How does everybody feel about Eastern Europe?
Well, then I want to say that in like 2005, he was like going to import Ladas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the EPA and the NHTSA were just like, Malcolm, no. Do not come to our office again ever. We know the game. You're... Yeah.
How about you, Alan? Would you like to buy one?
I'm
or own
intrigued.
one?
I am sort of like, I mean, I've got a weather eye out for like a Japanese K car, but I think it would be a more modern Japanese K car.
Probably
that would
wise.
at least be, slightly bigger than a golf cart. Like,
Well,
the
none
lug
of them are
renewal is still
that
in
much
effect.
bigger.
No, but modern cars, when they understand that crumple zones are good if it's not just one crumple zone, suicide doors are bad, as are suicide everything else. Yeah. I don't know. How about you, Alex? Would you own one?
I don't think so. Mostly not because they're not cool. They look kind of neat, but no. What would I do with it, and how would I do with it? Like, yeah, I don't. So no, probably not. But I support one of you who's getting one. No.
Not one of these. Honestly, they're too expensive.
Oh, really?
Like,
So
they're
they've got
not-
some value to it.
Yes, they do have value. The vans are worth
Well,
a
I'm
fair
out.
bit. No, a lot of them are in the shape that Dan's car showed up in, which I
is
think
Eight pieces hypothetically connected
yes,
by a title.
his didn't have that because his was one that floated around GRM, the grassroots motorsports community for many years. I don't remember if it was free or if it was like $100, but it hung in the attic, in the rafters of his shop for many years before he turned it into the current situation, because it was unusable. Like
it needed to become this wild project.
Yeah, it was this or yard art or
yeah.
trash. Like
Yeah.
those were your options.
And it would fit in a single bag.
Yeah,
I mean, you might have to like put it in one of those can crushers and just really wang down on it, but
I mean the sheet metal's pretty thin. You could probably just like step on it with your foot. You can bend it over, or they're nicely restored, and they're not. I don't think they're crazy valuable, but they do have value. The vans I know are worth a fair bit. Those are, a rough one of those is $10,000.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah. So Dan also has a van, and he's possibly going to put it up for sale soon. So maybe we'll post.
Heard
link
it
if he
here
does.
first, folks.
Yeah, you heard it here first. 4 weeks later, when we post this, and it's probably already sold.
Oh, it'll be that soon.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we are recording this good. Probably about a month ahead.
Yeah. So let's see if there's any for sale at the moment.
Yeah, you guys get your algorithms looking for these things.
Yeah. So the average sales price according to classic.com is about 20 grand.
Holy moly!
Most recent sale 7,600. Top sale was 50,000.
More than a Model A.
Well, there's a lot less of these floating around in the United States than Model A's. Yeah. So one sold a car that has a Rising Sun paint job, which is extremely loud.
oh god,
Sold for $7,600 on Bring a Trailer.
goggles do nothing.
Yeah. A project van in decent shape, $17,000 on Bring a Trailer back in May. So the vans are worth a fair bit. Yeah. So the cars are look to 5,000 is probably absolute bottom price for one that's even remotely close to restorable, and then they go up. Oh yeah, here's one that's rough but somewhat original, looking for 10,000. It did not sell on Hemmings.
So these things must have a bit of a following.
Yeah, and I have seen some people importing right-hand drive ones because they sold so many more of them in Japan.
Okay.
And as long as you're not in a snowy region of Japan, they aren't going to rust.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a snowy region of Japan, they rust like crazy because...
They're gone.
Well, yes, but I mean like in general, vehicles.
Right.
If you're purchasing a vehicle from overseas, specifically Japan in this case, be careful because some of them are really, really rusty and other ones are not rusty at all. So, word to the wise. Yeah, I don't know. They're neat. I don't want one. I'm terrified of them.
Yeah.
A 20-year-old side-by-side, like a Gator, is probably safer than this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's way faster. I say that. It's probably... The top speed is lower, but the acceleration will be faster.
Yes.
Because it's...
Plus, it doesn't have suicide doors, so you're thrown clear
Yes.
in the accident.
It has 3-point seat belts. This
Doesn't have seatbelts.
probably doesn't even have seat
I mean,
belts.
the idea is you bounce around the cabin, such as it is, and you absorb energy that way.
Right, unless you have a convertible, in which case you go straight through the fabric top.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Bounce around the cabin until it rolls over off the road and clear of the... You're not thrown clear, you roll clear.
Yeah. Well, and it would be like, as being, as rolling over in a car goes, if you somehow are partially ejected during the roll and are part of the roll, the car is very light and you may not actually receive that much in the way of physical damage.
I don't want to test this theory.
Oh, I'm not going to test it either. I'm just thinking if I was halfway out of the window in this versus a Tahoe, you're probably going to get real hurt no matter what. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. Here's the good news. You won't be going fast enough in this to actually, have it be a massive issue. It'll just be a major issue.
It'll still ruin your day.
Possibly kill you, but
probably slowly, unlike the Tahoe, which will mercifully end things immediately when it smushes you.
that's true. Yep.
All right. Well,
The Subaru 360. It's less safe than a Tahoe. Well, less murdery than a Tahoe? I don't know.
It's definitely less murder in the Tahoe.
Yeah.
The only thing it can hurt is yourself, because you're in it when you hit the Tahoe.
Hence the suicide everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lug nut rule in effect. Although this does have 16 lug nuts.
Yeah.
what's the lug nut rule?
All other things being equal, the vehicle with the most lug nuts wins
In a crash.
in any collision between two vehicles.
It's true. Semi-trucks have a lot of lug nuts.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't have any lug nuts though is a C5 Galaxy. So I feel like there is like an outer bounds use case where
This is an aircraft?
yes, the world's one of the world's largest aircraft.
Okay.
That doesn't count because its primary mode of movement is not on the ground.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
What
why.
about the Queen Mary?
That's why.
It's also not on the ground. It's in the water.
I mean, it's surface transport.
That's why in maritime stuff they don't call it. It never became a lug nut rule because boats don't have lug nuts, so
Right.
they call it the gross tonnage,
Right.
law of gross tonnage.
There you go.
What is it? What is the
Rule
old
of
joke
gross
that
tonnage.
the carrier is steaming toward? There's an aircraft carrier steaming ahead, and they see a light dead ahead, and they're like, "Smaller vessel, give way," and the radio comes back, "Recommend you deviate 10 degrees to port."
See where this
And
is
basically, it keeps going back and forth till finally, like, this is the USS Nimitz. You will move, and we will continue straight ahead. And it comes back, this is a lighthouse. Your move.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening. Be sure to reach out. Send us an email, junkconisr@gmail.com. Find us and like us on your platform of choice if you haven't already. And send us a message on Facebook and see what's going on. And
Go listen to Little Honda by the Beach Boys, and then send Alex a glitter bomb.
yeah. I don't know about the glitter bomb part, but go listen to that.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Email us. I control the email, and I will send you his address for the glitter bomb. Don't worry. I'll send him
Coincidentally-
Alan's office address.
I don't open packages I don't know where they're from.
Coincidentally, I'm moving. All right. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Thank you.